Hello there, welcome to this video, another video, can you believe it? Another week and another video. I'm on a run. I think I've uploaded every week now in 2024. My goal is to continue doing this. I'm doing very well. You'll know that I can go months, sometimes years, without uploading a video. So, here I am once again. I've put a lot of thought into this video. If you've been following my content over the weeks, months and years that I've been uploading to YouTube and writing content for my website, you'll know that I always try and be as open, honest and transparent as I can be when it comes to Forex and trading in general. With this video, I wanted to be even more real. I do try to make my videos a bit entertaining. You know, I put a bit of effort into the editing and have music playing and things like this. I guess, background music, that is. I guess I wanted this to be even more real in the sense it's just me talking and being me. Because there is an element in my videos where I try to make things exciting and slightly put on a facade to make the content attractive and attentive. But putting that to one side, because this is an important video and I do want to be as open and transparent with you as I can be. Okay, it's me putting my heart on my sleeve and telling you about everything that's happened the last 12 years. And the reason why I'm making this video now is it has been 12 years since I first started trading. It's 2024. I started trading in 2012, roundabout. My memory isn't great. You'll soon learn that about me. But it was around 2012 that I started trading. It's been a long journey. Okay, and a lot harder than most people think when they first start trading. It's required me to sacrifice a lot, to work hard, and to be incredibly persistent and diligent. It's been really difficult. It's been a very hard journey to become a trader and to be where I am today. It's been emotional. You know, that's the best way to summarize it. The journey has been very emotional. It's been exciting at times. It's been very rewarding at times, but it's also been frustrating, discouraging, and it has required me to be incredibly persistent and committed, to get up when you're knocked down. It's been 12 years. The last couple of years of trading for me have been very good. Very good. Probably the best 2 years that I've ever had trading Forex. Very profitable, very consistent. And that's another reason why I wanted to create this video, is I do feel that in the last 2 years, I've gone from a bog standard mediocre trader to a professional. And I say that with pride. I don't say it to be proud for, to say, look at me, look what I have achieved. But I am in awe. I have a great sense of achievement and pride within myself of what has happened over these last 12 years, but especially the last couple of years. I am a good trader, a good currency trader. I understand the markets. I trade and forecast interest rates and changes and shifts in monetary policy. I understand why the market moves, why it reacts to certain news events. I am a risk expert. I'm consistent. I am emotionally free most of the time when it comes to my trading. I used to say to people, you cannot master your trading emotions. You can only really minimize them. I think that's true, but I would consider myself quite a master now when it comes to trading emotions. They very rarely tempt me or influence me in my trading decisions. I'm not just a Forex trader, I'm a Forex investor. I forecast interest rates and economic indicators for the next couple of years and can take trades, good carry trades that are open for a couple of years and that are profitable. I see lucrative trading opportunities and I take them. I don't want to be misunderstood. Like, obviously, I don't catch every swing. Obviously, I have losing trades and lots of them. Obviously, I have drawdowns. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not this perfect trader, but I am a good trader. A very good trader. And this video is going to be part of a series because I can't cover it all in a single video. But I want to cover my journey and how I got to where I am today and what I've done differently the last couple of years to see such an improvement in my performance. So it has been a grind. You know, I've been doing this for 12 years now, but it took a decade plus to go from a mediocre trader, which is better than most traders, because most traders are just not profitable, are they? They just don't make it. But to go from a mediocre trader to someone who's much more successful and knows what they're doing. So in this video, in this first sort of interview style video, I want to talk about my learning curve, about what I did to get to where I am today. I also want to talk about some milestones and setbacks and achievements along the way. And in the next video, I will likely teach you how, not likely, I use bad words sometimes. In the next video, I will teach you how I did it. Okay, how I trade and how I see the results and get the results that I do today. Any questions? Leave the comment section below. Okay, so my learning curve, and I have to make sure that I don't miss anything off. If I do forget to say something, I can cover it in my next video, I guess. Okay, so my learning curve, there's so much that I've learnt over the last 12 years, and I could probably create a video that's a day long covering everything that I learnt. But to keep things brief, let me kind of combine what I've learned into three sort of segments. Technical skill, so technical analysis, fundamental skills, fundamental analysis, and then psychological skills, so mastering trading emotions. And technical skills probably the best place to start because that's where I started 12 years ago. I actually didn't start with technical skill because I knew nothing about technical analysis or anything like that. So to be totally honest with you, I wanted to trade. I opened an account with a CFD broker. It was plus 500. Not a broker I would trade with now, but in 2012, when you know nothing about trading, plus 500 appeared at the top of Google, so I went with them. I had some success trading stock CFDs. I knew nothing about analysis. I just looked at stocks that seemed to have good prices and bought them and saw quite good returns on a demo account. So I then went live with some money that I borrowed. Totally cringy, thinking about that now. And what I've learned and realised now what needs to be done in order to make money from trading. Totally naive. I jumped into the market with $3,000 that I borrowed from the bank, and within a couple of weeks had lost nearly all of it. And that was a lot of money to me back then. A real blow to me psychologically and financially. But it did it did two things really. Number one, it made me take a step back and think, okay, I need to take this a lot more seriously. I need to learn how to trade. I can't just look at prices and buy. That's not going to work. The other thing it did, number two, is it made me pretty determined. Now this is a skill that I'll talk about later on in this series or even this video. We'll see how long it goes. Taking 10 minutes already. I'm quite a talker. So what you'll learn about me is I am really determined. Okay, I don't give up. That's not just in trading, that's my character. I'm a commander. I just keep going. You know, if I'm on a treadmill and I have to run 10 miles to win, I will do it, even if it kills me. And that's the sort of character you need. So let me give you some insight into the psychological skills that you need. You need to be really determined in order to make it as a trader. You're not going to make it otherwise. There's too many setbacks, too many challenges, too many frustrations. It's a bit like a boxing match. You're going to get hit so many times. You have to be willing to take the hits, in the words of Rocky Balboa. Okay, so going back to technical skill, I learned technical skill first after losing nearly $3,000. And I learned with baby pips at the time. The website looked a lot different than it does today. So back in 2012, we're talking about 12 years ago, the website looked a lot different. I actually preferred the website back then than I do today. It might just be the nostalgia, I don't know. It's quite nostalgic thinking about their website 12 years ago, because Forex trading was a lot smaller 12 years ago. There didn't seem to be as many brokers around and things like that. Definitely weren't as many scams around. But I digress. Okay, so baby pips. I learned technical analysis with baby pips and loved it. It was a light bulb that went off, turned on in my mind. It didn't take long though to realise that a moving average crossover wouldn't work. You know, there's more to trading than that. But when you're learning this stuff, you think, wow, I now know about moving average crossovers or head and shoulder patterns or RSI signals. I can trade this and make money. You know, I can quit my day job and I'm going to be rich. That's the mentality when you start learning these things like technical analysis as a novice, as a new trader, as a beginner in Forex or any financial market. But I learned about technical analysis, and then at the time there was a YouTube channel called Exact Trading. It's not around anymore. It was run by a guy called Paul Langham, and he taught pure price action trading, and that really appealed to me. So I watched his videos as well as learn with baby pips. I started reading some books, things like Naked Forex. That was a book I read a bit later on. Like I said, my memory is not that great, but I was reading books. Naked Forex might have been one of them. The Naked Trader's Guide to Spread Betting would have been another. Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, one of the best books ever. And there were other trading books too. But through a combination of baby pips, Exact Trading, and these books I was reading, I gained like this price action sort of mentality. I'm going to be a price action trader. And that's what I did. So to go through my technical journey, you know, what did I learn? I could create a huge list for you, but I have a very summarized list in front of me. So Forex basics, things like currency pairs, trading sessions, using a demo account with a Forex broker, leverage, margin, price action trends and ranges, breakouts, support and resistance, Japanese candlesticks, including setups, engulfing candles, pin bars, kangaroo tails, shooting stars, all those setups, all the different time frames, trend reversal patterns. I never learned continuation patterns, and I still don't know them today. So I didn't learn everything. I never learned Elliott wave theory. I didn't have a clue. I don't use it, and I've never needed to use it. Harmonic price patterns, Ikimoku, Kinku, Hayo. I don't know these things at all, but I did learn trend reversal patterns, support and resistance, various indicators, Bollinger Bands, moving averages. I love moving averages, still use them today. The best indicator by far, in my opinion. The RSI, the stochastic, parabolic SAR, etc. All these various different indicators. Pivot points came into my scope of learning at some point. The London Open, the US Open, Heikin-Ashi candles, multiple time frame analysis, divergence, and the list goes on and on. So I learned a lot of things, but a lot of these things I never really adopted. And like I said, some things I never even bothered to learn, like Elliott wave theory. I didn't feel a need to learn it. Maybe I should have learnt it. I don't know. But I've got this far, and there are things with technical analysis that I never learnt. I guess I discovered what I liked, mainly price action and moving averages, and just kind of developed that and stuck with that. So once I learned all the technical skills, and within that include things like basic risk management, how to use MetaTrader 4, those sort of skills, not just technical analysis, how to keep a trading journal, all these simple things that you need to learn from a technical perspective. I learnt them, and I developed my first trading strategy. So this would have been 2013, 2014. I can check the dates a bit later on when I go through the milestones with you. Okay, so I developed a basic trading strategy with Awanda. So I moved from plus 500 to Awanda. They had a trading platform at the time called FX Trade. I don't know if they still have that. I haven't traded with Awanda for years. Had nothing to do with them for years. I liked the platform, and I created a trading strategy based on spotting trends on stock CFDs, index CFDs, the FTSE, the DAX, the CAC. Use moving averages to identify direction. I waited for pullbacks, like retrace moves, and then look for setups. It was on a 15-minute chart, and it did okay. It was a fairly good strategy. Wouldn't make you a millionaire overnight, but no strategy would and will. And it was okay. And then, as time passed, my strategies developed from there. And I eventually moved away from stock index CFDs into Forex. And moved away from the 15-minute chart because it was just sucking all my energy, all my time. To become a trader and to support myself financially, I had to have other income. So I started an accounting practice, and that was taking more and more of my time. So I had to try and manage my accounting practice, my accountancy practice, and trade. And trading on the 15-minute chart wouldn't allow me to work on my other businesses. So I moved away from 15-minute, I think, to 30-minute, and then to 1 hour, and I've never made any changes since then. So today I use the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Most of my trades are executed on that 1 hour time frame. Just fits really well. I can go to the gym. I can work on other things and still trade. I can even be on the road if I need to and still trade. I don't sit by a pool in Morocco or the Caribbean. Okay? No real Forex trader does that. But it does allow this leniency where I can go to the gym twice a week. It doesn't impact my trading at all. I can go out for lunch on a Friday. I can sit down, watch a film, play video games, or whatever I want to do and still trade, or work on my other businesses, which is what I do most of the time. There's a bit of movement on the dollar, so I'm actually looking at my brokerage accounts while I'm talking. Okay, so I traded those strategies and developed those strategies and traded Forex with mediocre results. My strategies were profitable. The trading emotion did get in the way fairly frequently. It was hard to stick to the strategies all the time, but I was doing it. I had profitable strategies that made money fairly consistently, and I was trading them, which is well beyond where most people get in this industry, in the retail trading industry. Most don't even get to a point where they're trading a profitable trading strategy or even develop a trading strategy. So I was well in front of everybody else, and it was a success. But things changed for me back in 2021, 2022, so a few years ago now, where I was getting a bit fed up with the mediocre results. How do I get from here to up here? And that's when I took a leap and decided to not just trade technical analysis, but to incorporate fundamental analysis. And that really takes me on to my next segment of my learning curve, which was 10 years after I initially started trading. And that is using fundamental analysis and developing those fundamental skills. Now, we have to be honest here. Many of you will now lose interest because I've mentioned fundamental analysis. And it's really quite sad. And I can also relate to the feelings that you have, because I was not interested in fundamental analysis for 9 years. 9 years of trading. I was purely technical. I'm not interested in fundamental analysis, support and resistance. I'm a price action trader. I'm a trader that uses technical analysis. I was so stubborn. And if I'd only been more willing and more adaptable earlier on, I could have been a trader up here a lot quicker. But it took 9 years of mediocre results to beat me into humility, into submission of fundamental analysis. Technical analysis has its part to play. I use technical analysis every day. It's a major part of my trading. But it is just a part. So let's move into fundamental analysis and the learning curve there. I do need to cough. I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat. There we go. I didn't want to edit any of this video, but I needed to cough. Okay, so fundamental analysis. I honestly don't remember why I decided to submit in the end, what that thought process was. I wish I had kept some sort of journal. But back in 2021 it would have been, maybe 2022, but very early 2022, I decided I need to start incorporating fundamental analysis into my trading. And good thing I did, because like I said, it changed me from being a mediocre, bog standard currency trader to someone who I would consider a professional trader. How did I do it? How did I learn fundamental analysis? Before I go into those details, let me just say this. One of the reasons why I put learning fundamental analysis off for so long is I just didn't think I was clever enough to understand it. Trying to listen to Bloomberg, I was like, what are they talking about? Trying to read the Financial Times, what is written here? It makes no sense. So that feeling of I'm not really clever enough to understand fundamental analysis and apply it. I don't have a degree in economics. I was quite scared of fundamental analysis, and I do honestly think that's why most people don't learn it. But you can do it, and it will change your trading, and it will do more than that. It will help you to understand the markets like nothing else, and it will make you feel so good about yourself. You will feel the difference. You will feel more professional. You'll be more confident. It has a huge positive impact on your ability to control your trading emotions. And that's the thing that really changed about me the most, is suddenly I had a lot more confidence when it came to trading and holding positions for longer. The fundamental reasoning was so much more of a conviction to me mentally and emotionally than a technical reason. You really need to learn fundamental analysis. I cannot say that enough. Not to replace technical analysis, but to complement it. They go hand in hand. Okay, so I decided I was going to start using fundamental analysis, and this may sound unbelievable, but I learned fundamental analysis by doing a handful of things. Number one, I started to watch or listen to Bloomberg TV, totally for free. It's on YouTube. You can even watch through the Bloomberg website, totally for free, and I listened to that for 5 to 6 hours daily, and I still do. So I start trading about 6 in the morning. I listen to it till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I've had enough. I know that's more than 5 or 6 hours, but I'm not always at my screen. Like I say, go to the gym, have a shower, whatever. Doing that for 3 or 4 months, things start to click, and you start to understand. It's a bit like, and I have no experience of this, but it's a bit like immersing yourself in another language or culture. They say that the best way, the easiest way to pick up another language is to be around people that only speak that language. So listening to Bloomberg 5-6 hours a day, suddenly the jargon starts to make sense. And after time, you understand what they're talking about. That, combined with watching videos on Bloomberg, so the Bloomberg YouTube channel, subscribing to that, watching those videos. Also other YouTube channels. So there's a guy called Patrick Boyle, Boyle. Very good. I started by the Financial Times, the FT Weekend paper. I would read that on the weekend. Don't do that as much anymore. But they're the steps that I took. And within 6 months, I understood fundamental analysis. Okay? Self-taught. I taught myself basic economics and self-taught fundamental analysis. I taught myself fundamental analysis just as I had taught myself technical analysis. So Baby Pips had courses, but I did it all myself. Same with fundamental analysis. If you can learn technical analysis, you can learn fundamental analysis. I have some trades open. It's been at NFP this afternoon, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on those things. So now I trade these years later, and my trading journey now involves things like forecasting interest rates and central bank decisions, looking at inflation figures, economic figures, GDP, unemployment rates, balance of trade, retail sales, lots of other things. And it's really exciting. Trading with technical analysis after a decade does feel a bit mundane, I have to admit. Things were getting tedious. now using both a combination of fundamental and technical analysis has made trading so much more fulfilling, satisfying, and exciting. And I do feel that fundamental analysis is what separates rookie retail traders from professional winners. That's what makes the difference, is fundamental analysis. So that's my learning curve for fundamental analysis. So my learning curve for technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Now, what was my learning curve? We're at 30 minutes already. Can you believe it? What was my learning curve for psychological skill? Like I mentioned earlier, I'm incredibly persistent. My determination is like no other. And this is the characteristic that made me successful. I get frustrated, I get anxious, sometimes I get discouraged, but it really was my determination that got me where I am today. Lots of people give up. You really have to commit to it and just keep going. Now, don't get me wrong, hopefully I've explained this clearly. I haven't had to go through 12 years of losses to get to where I am today. You know, it's all been building blocks along the way. But things still go wrong. Mistakes are made and things don't always go the way you intend them to. I still have drawdowns. Every trader does. Every investor does. And you have to have that determination to keep going. You know, I mentioned Rocky Balboa earlier. I don't know if you've seen that film. It's a really good film. And Rocky says, you know, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing that quote. I also had to rely on a higher power. I had to realize that I emotionally was not strong enough. Mentally and emotionally, I was not strong enough, even with my persistence, even with my 110% dedication. I was not strong enough to become a trader. So things like prayer, meditation, affirmations, self-help books really helped. And I had to learn those things. I've learnt along my journey that I have lots of limitations and needs, and caring for myself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally is really crucial if I want to stay successful as a Forex trader. If I am not looking after myself, it has a real negative impact on my trading. So having breaks from the desk, eating well, going on a holiday, those things really help. If I am glued at my charts, if I'm trading too much, I get depressed and I get too tired. It's as simple as that. That's what I learn about myself, is really, I'm really committed. You know, I'm really dedicated, and I do think you need that character in order to make this work. You know, if you do give up on things easy, you're not going to make it as a Forex trader, just as you're not going to make it in anything that's hard in life. You really have to be all in, both feet in. Okay. That's my learning curve. Summarized. Everything that I've learnt along the way. What were my key milestones? I have to bring this to an end, really. I've got 5-10 minutes until my kids get home from school. what were the key milestones? Now, I've written them down in front of me. So 2012, I decided to become a full-time trader. I started an accounting practice to support me financially while learning to trade. 2012, 2013, I started to learn technical analysis. 2013, probably around there, maybe 2014, early 2014, I started a trading strategy for stock CFDs, stock index CFDs, and I mentioned that earlier. Around that time, I also transitioned into Forex trading and became like this pure price action trader. Price action convert is another way to put it. 2015, I had profitable trading strategies and I launched Love the Pips. It's now called Actual Forex Trading. In hindsight, did I launch it too early? Yes, I did. I should have waited a bit longer. I wasn't a phony. I could trade. I could show you how to make money from trading. I had profitable trading strategies. But I definitely was not as experienced as I am today and couldn't help people like I can today. But I could say the same about my accounting practice. When I started my accounting practice, or any of my businesses, I was very inexperienced in the beginning. It takes time, doesn't it, to gain experience and to get better. And maybe in another 12 years, I will look back at myself now and think, you thought you were pro, but look where I am today. It's all about progression, isn't it? And you look back and realise how far you've come. 2015, I was trading price action trading strategies. I didn't think I had a trading room back then. I think it took me a number of years. I don't know when, but at some point between 2015 and now, I set up a trading room. Maybe it was 2018, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But in 2016, I was headhunted by a major Forex retail broker to be part of their technical analysts team. And this was a real deal for me. A real big deal. That I was a self-taught trader, trading the markets, and I was approached in 2016 by a major retail broker in Asia to do technical analysis for them. No education in financial markets, just 4 years or so of trading experience and making content online. And I loved it. It was a real boost of self-esteem. And then that just grew from there. So a year later, 2017, this same broker made some changes in the team and I became the head technical analyst for that broker. Amazing. What a great step in my career to get paid a salary and a good salary for doing something you just completely love from home. And what a great thing to put on the CV. I don't work for anybody. I don't really need a CV. But that was a big achievement and is a big achievement looking back. In 2018, I was invited by IG, the London-based broker, to be on IGTV and to talk about Trump and how his policies and the trade wars were impacting the Forex markets. Another amazing achievement. Can you imagine how I felt? Coming from nothing in 2012, losing £3,000, not knowing what I'm doing, to 6 years later being a head technical analyst and speaking live on IGTV about the Forex markets. What an amazing achievement. I'm really in awe when I think about my journey, and how blessed I've been. And that was a wonderful experience, going to their offices, seeing all the trading desks. It was an amazing office. real cool experience. And I was really grateful. I am still very grateful for that opportunity that I had. And it was a fun day in London. So back in 2021, okay, I have the date here, 2021, I wasn't happy with my mediocre results, so started learning fundamental analysis. 2023, my trading performance becomes much more consistent with much higher returns. And also in 2023, so last year, I launched my first proprietary trading and investment fund. And there'll be more details about that in a future video. But basically, I've made it possible for people to legally invest in my strategies and to follow what I do. A bit like a hedge fund, in a way. But there'll be more details about that at a later time. That is a summary of the milestones. That is a summary of what's happened the last 12 years. It's been an amazing journey. It's been a wonderful journey. And the whole point of this video, well, there's a number of points. Number one is for you to get to know me a bit better and to hear my story. Number two is for me to be even more open and transparent with you, where I've come from, rags to riches in a sense. Number three is to inspire you. I did it. I was a nobody. I still am a nobody. But when it came to the Forex trading industry, I was a nobody and had nothing. And in 12 years, things have completely changed. I've gone from earning literally pennies to earning six figures every year, and have been earning six figures for many years. And it's all because of trading. And my willingness to adapt, to learn, to change, to be determined, to keep trading. And things are looking even better for the future, with the launch of my own trading fund and things like that. So hopefully this video has been insightful for you. The reason why I did it is not just to motivate you, but to tell you that it's possible. That I did it and you can do it. You can make Forex a success. Now, how did I do it? I've been through the learning curve with you, but how did I do it? How did I actually trade and make money? And how do I trade now and make money? Well, I'll cover that in the next video, because this is already 45 minutes in. I'm going to do two things. To help the content of the next video, I will answer any questions you have. So any questions you have about my journey, any questions you have about trading in general, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer them in the next video. Second thing I'll do, if you leave a question or any sort of comment and like the video, drop me an email and I'll put you in to a competition to win access to my exclusive course. If you already have access to the course, then you'll win free access to my trading room. Okay, so leave a comment. It could be a question. It could just be, thanks for the video. Drop me an email, and you can win access to my course or my trading room. But any questions, please leave them below because I will answer them in the next video. Thank you for watching. It's been a real privilege. I've tried to make this as open and transparent as possible. Hopefully you can feel the emotion, because I am truly grateful for the last 12 years. It's been emotional. The journey has been very emotional. But look where it's got me today. And I think that's a good note to finish. I can also hear my boiler coming on, and my kids are about to walk in the door from school. So peace out, and I'll speak to you in another video.